Daphne, it's now been one whole year since we last chatted. Huh? Raya? You didn't even come to Dad's memorial. What is wrong with you? At the time, I had a date planned with my boyfriend who I'm now living with. I had no other choice but to skip that memorial. Are you kidding me? You really need to get your priorities straight, woman. The only thing you ever showed up to regarding Dad and the family was the talks about his will. Then besides that, you never came to anything else, not even his funeral. Because when Dad's funeral came up, I was on vacation with my boyfriend. Like I said, get your priorities straight. Jeez, shut up about all the stuff that happened in the past, please. I don't care that it's in the past. You need to be scolded for what you did. Well, if that's the case, then I think you need a little bit of butt chewing as well there. What are you talking about? Daphne, you moved into a condo, right? What? I've always been living in this condo. And Mom is living there with you now, right? Well, yeah. After we finished up with all the things regarding Dad, Mom went and stopped paying for that house and came to live with me here. Why the hell do you want to talk about all of that, though? I'm coming there at the end of this week, so I'll talk to you then. Wait, you're coming here? Yes, get me a room ready, please. Huh? Raya, there isn't a room here for you, though, okay? See ya! Daphne, bring me a coffee and some of that cake. Excuse me? You only just got here and you're already spreading your legs out like this place has always been yours. Who cares? I'm here to relax and catch a break for once. It's not like you ever have anything going on, right? I am working. Really? All I've seen is you locked up inside your bedroom all day, though. I'm sure you're just in there playing video games all day or something, right? Now hurry up and get me a coffee and some cake. There isn't any cake or coffee here. What? Are you sure? Then go buy some for me right now, please. Go and buy those things your frickin' self. Then give me some money so that I can do that. If you want coffee and cake so bad, buy them with your own money. Brayden, have you finished work yet?
Hey, Daphne. I just got back home from work and I'm gonna relax now.
I hope you had a good day at work then today.
Thanks. By the way, I forgot to ask, how has everything over there been going? Did you finish up all those preparations you had? I know that you had another project pop up that you needed to start working on, so if you need me to come over, I can help you out some.
Ever since the last time we talked, some things have come up, and I want to ask you about them. This is a bit of an emergency, actually.
What's happened?
I don't want to talk over the phone at the risk of others hearing me, so can I just explain things through text to you?
Go right ahead. What ended up happening to you?
Actually, 10 days ago, my younger sister came hurtling into my place and has been staying here ever since.
What? Your younger sister? Wasn't she the one that got kicked out of your house 2 years ago by your dad after getting into a fight with him? And then a year later, she didn't even show up to your dad's funeral or memorial, only coming to those talks about your dad's will?
Yeah, that's the one. When she didn't even come to my dad's memorial, I was seriously wondering what had happened to her. But then 10 days ago, she just came crashing into my place and hasn't left since.
Really? And has your mom said anything about that? I mean, she's still living with you, right?
Of course, she's still in love with my sister for some reason. I wasn't even going to open the door for my sister to come in, but then, while I was on the phone with work, my mom answered the door and let that monster walk inside.
Oh, then since that day, she's been sitting around in your house the whole time?
That's right. She told me about how she's been living together with her boyfriend for a while, so I assumed that after a few days she'd be going back home to him. But I'm starting to think that the whole reason she's come here now is because she had a fight with said boyfriend and he kicked her out of his place.
Ah, and she had nowhere else to go after that besides your place.
My mom was originally living in the house she had with my dad, but After he passed, she had to leave it because she didn't work and didn't want to waste any more money on the place. I'm sure she would have gone to that house had my mom still been living there, but now here she is in my place, taking up the room I had finally just cleared out. And to make matters worse, every day I see more and more of her things arriving here, so I think my sister's going to be staying for good.
I see. I kind of thought that your mom would have done something about that, considering she knows what you're planning on doing. Yet she just didn't?
The only thing she ever says to me is that she's happy to have her younger daughter living back at home with her. So she wants things to stay this way. I get that to my mom, having people around the house to help her is the best thing for her, and so having the both of us here makes her feel good.
But to you and I, that was a big mistake on her part.
I'm sorry that a problem like this had to start when we came so far.
Why are you apologizing to me? You haven't done a single thing wrong, Daphne.
Well, thank you for saying that, but...
Then let's do this. Remember that plan we made up before?
Are you talking about...
I can say that I'm ready anytime that I want to. But of course, you do have your job still, which may or may not get in the way of everything we'd planned.
I'm sure I can figure something out there. No, I will figure something out there, as a matter of fact. Honestly, I figured that my job has become pretty smooth now, so that might be why I allowed things like my sister to come and sit in my condo now. Which means I am very much used to my job now and can make things work around it. So we have to act now. We have to.
Understood. I can start helping you out with some of the things you have in mind, and I can get a car over there to start help with moving things. When you're ready for me, please, give me the signal.
I can do that. And thank you. Daphne, I need tea and some cookies. There are some cookies in the kitchen and tea in the cupboard, so go and get it all yourself. What? I'm seriously busy with my work right now, which means I have zero time right now to be your servant or anything. What the heck? Trying to act like you're actually working at a company job right now is so uncool of you. Shut the hell up already. I'm working and don't need to have my phone going off all day. What?
Good morning, Daphne. Has everything been going as planned over there?
Yeah, I think that I'm getting everything done that I need to.
By the way, you were saying before that today is the day you'd be going out to meet with one of the leaders? I was wondering if you'd have around 5 to 10 minutes to meet up with me and talk.
Good point. We need to have a talk about our progress. I want to have a talk about our progress. Oh, that's right. I have something I need taken away, so I was wondering if I could get you to come and get it for me. Could you do that?
I can make it happen. Does that mean you'd like me to bring the car along?
It's nothing that big where you'd need a car. I already have it all packed away in my tote bag, so I can just bring it with me and then hand it over to you when we meet.
Sounds good.
All right. When I'm done talking with this guy, I'll give you a call and tell you where you can meet me.
I'll be waiting.
Daphne! Hey, that blue sweater that you had in your dresser is no longer in there. I was thinking of taking it from you. I knew it. What? I knew that you'd been looking at me like you wanted to wear my clothing whenever you saw me around the house. Huh? I have not been looking at you that way. Well, those clothes are all things that my boyfriend has gotten me for my birthday. Which means you're not getting any of them from me, and I will sure as hell not let you borrow them either, so I made sure to hide them. What? Daphne, you had a boyfriend? I still have a boyfriend. Well, if that's the case, I'm not going to let you back into your place. What? Daphne, why don't you just head over to your boyfriend's place from now on and stay there? Yes, that's what you're going to do. From now on, I'm going to be living with Mom in this condo. So you don't have to worry about us two anymore. Wow. So you're going to really be able to take care of Mom all by yourself? Sure. I'll make sure she's all right here. And Mom's been thinking for a bit now that I'm a lot better than you. Is that so? Well, if that's what she thinks, then you can have her. I will. And you know why this is all happening? Because you were always so frickin' mean to Mom and I. I'm the mean one, huh? Neither of us like the fact that you've been sucking Mom dry of all the money she got from Dad like a little parasite when you still don't have a job, so we want you gone for good. Dad's money? And you think I still don't have a job? So now you're calling me a parasite. This condo, Mom bought it using the money she inherited from Dad after he died, right? And in that condo she bought, a jobless loser like yourself came crashing in and have been living there since, sucking Mom dry of all the money that Dad had left with her. That condo is mine, actually, and I have been working for a long time now. Really? You think I'm going to buy that now? No way, that's the truth, when all you do is hide in that room of yours all day, playing video games and smelling the place up. I'm sure with you being younger than me, you've heard of the term remote worker, right? Then if you've been working this whole time, I want you to start giving me $2,000 a month. I'll use you like the ATM you were meant to be. Like the ATM I was meant to be? If you're able to do that for me, then I might just be willing to let you come back to this condo every so often to see Mom and I here. It's funny that you have the nerve to run your mouth like that when you have no idea what's even been going on. In other words, you can't send me $2,000 a month, can you? So, since that's the case, I want you coming here right now to grab all of your things and take them out of here with you. Understood. I'll be out of that place in 3 hours then. And don't you ever come back here again. Hold on a second, Daphne. A bunch of movers just came into the condo and have started to take all sorts of things out of here without even telling Mom or I what's going on. I told you I'd be out of there in 3 hours, right? I had to call them and see how quickly they could get to the condo, which took me close to an hour to set up. So with their help, I should have all my things out of that condo and will stay out of there for the rest of my life. I told them to get it done within 2 hours, so that'll mean 3 hours has gone by in total, right? Please tell Mom that you both need to do your best not to get in the way of those movers so they can get their job done. Are you listening to me, Daphne? Those buttholes just took the fridge and the washing machine with them. Why the hell are they taking away all of the appliances here as well? No, they're taking the TV in the living room now too. Wait, the oven and the microwave as well? Why did the two of them just walk out of here with the dryer? No, wait! Some of them are taking away the sofa and coffee table too. They are taking literally everything out of this place now, and it's becoming completely empty. Why? Why are they doing this? Why, Daphne? All of those movers have left the place now, and there is barely anything left in this condo. I just looked through all the cupboards and drawers in the kitchen, and things like the pots and pans are all gone. The toaster, the blender, they even took the fan that was in the living room and the lamps. There is literally nothing left in this place now. What the hell is going on here, Daphne? Remember that condo is under my name and that I was the one who had bought it. Huh? And as for all the furniture in that condo, as well as the appliances and cooking utensils and pretty much everything else, they were all bought with my money. So I'm taking them all with me now. Then how the hell are Mom and I supposed to live here? We can't. But I recall you telling me to get all of my things out of that place as well as myself today. Did you not really mean all of that, Raya? I needed to find myself a place to move into as well today. So since I've got a new place now and am moving there, I wasn't going to just leave all my things there, right? Wait! All of that crap you keep saying right now is completely wrong. It's all contradicting everything. Tell me what all is wrong and what all is contradicting what to you. First off, there is no frickin' way that an unemployed loser like yourself would have been able to pay for a condo as gorgeous as this one. And like I've said hundreds of times now, I'm not unemployed. Then tell me, what kind of job are you working right now? You said before that you work remotely, which means you can't possibly be making enough to afford this place, right? I'm a cartoon creator. Huh? There's nothing else I'd like to tell you about my job because that kind of detail is not worth my time, so don't ask me anything else. Just know that with the job I have, I am very much able to afford a place like that one. You're lying. I don't ask that you believe any of this. It's not like you or I are ever going to see or hear from one another again, right? What? I'm not kidding around anymore. Finally, it's about time this happened. When Dad passed away, it was found that he didn't die with any kind of debt, but he only had around $8,000 left in his savings. He only had $8,000 left? The will said that he wanted $8,000 split between Mom, you, and myself. But I wasn't really in any need of money, and so I told the lawyer to leave me out of it and let you and Mom deal with his money. Then that $4,000 that came into my account a year ago, that wasn't because you ended up taking most of the money Dad had left behind with you and Mom. I asked that you and Mom each get half of what Dad had left, and that $4,000 was half. Are you serious? But you've always been so mean. Oh, God damn it. You are such a pain in the ass to deal with that I've already had enough. What? Mom is the one that has that will with Dad from her, so go and ask her to show it to you so that you can see what I'm talking about instead of always acting like I've taken all the money. I'm done explaining this to you because you never ever listen. Wait, Daphne? I'm going to get married to my boyfriend who works in the transportation industry, which means I'm going to have to move all the way out to where he's living because he has a good job but has to work from there. Therefore, I'm having that condo sold and it will be gone by the end of this month. What? You both find yourself a new place to live and get the hell out of there. Wait, what about Mom? You told me that you'd be taking care of her from now on, right? I only said that because I thought she had a lot more money from Dad. Is that right? So this whole time you'd been making it sound like I was the one after all of Dad's money when it's really been you who's wanted it and couldn't share. No, wait. For what? For you to tell me your excuse? No thanks. Now go and tell Mom the news and let her know that you'll be finding you both a new place to move to soon. Wait, I didn't mean that. Screw off. What? I'm out of here. After that, I started to get a lot of calls from my mom wanting to talk with me about what had happened. She then sent me a text explaining everything she thought I knew she meant. Apparently to her, she thought that by having her cute younger daughter and I living there, she could enjoy the presence of Raya while having me pay for everything so they didn't have to. So that's the kind of dream my mom was having? Well, I hope she understands that I'm not anyone's ATM, and that if she wants to be taken care of so badly while also having her cute little Raya around, then she can just ask Raya to pay for everything and stay by her side. Not too long after I left, the man that kicked my little sister out of his house asking for a breakup wanted her back. Although, instead of coming out to talk about it directly to her, he began to stalk her and my mom at that condo. Originally, the reason all of their fighting had started in the first place was because Raya was spending so much of his money on the most needless things. But it seems that he completely forgot that that was the whole reason he kicked her out in the first place. Him coming back into Raya's life as her stalker dragged both her and our mom into some chaos. After having a week of those two always having to fight the stalker off, they called the police and had the man taken away. But this then led to the owner of said condo building kicking them out and finishing the sale on that place. With nowhere else to go, those two were taken into my mom's brother's home, where he told them they had to start working if they wanted to continue living with him. Now they're both working alongside him on his ranch, herding cows around and helping to milk some of them in the mud. And because of that, things have finally calmed down and I can start to think again in peace. I've moved in with my boyfriend now, and in a couple of months, we'll be getting married and planning out our wedding together. I've made sure to block both my mom and sister to avoid them ever finding out about this. Although it really wouldn't matter if they did, because they're living very far away from us and have no mode of transportation to get them off that ranch. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey sis, are you there? Pick up, would you? I got some super good news for you. You're really gonna envy me about this. You can bet on it. You gotta hear this. Pick up, sis.
Is this Elaine? I haven't heard from you for, I guess it must be like 5 years, right? What's the super news you want me to hear?
Hold on to your bitches. I'm getting married.
Huh? You, my little sister, getting married?
Not only is he very rich, but owns some huge estate. He's working at this small corporation right now, a regular employee, but down the line, he's going to take over his father's company. He'll be the CEO. Can you believe it? You know what that means, right? Yep, landed me a rich and successful guy. I hit the jackpot. I bet you're seething with envy right about now. You always thought I couldn't keep a guy for long. Remember that? You always used to say that. That I was picking and choosing, and what do you know? I found the perfect guy. Looks like you're the loser now, huh? Didn't you get married some years back, Amy? And you're still working. You both have to work to make ends meet, I see. You really picked a loser for a husband. Can't properly provide for his wife. I'm not going to make that mistake.
I'm working because I want to. I could quit anytime I want. It's not about that.
Yeah, excuses. You've always been too stuffy. Miss Goody Two Shoes. LOL. That's why you'll forever be poor, unlike me. LOL. So sorry to live the good life.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, congratulations. And I would appreciate it if you would quit chiding my husband. He's been a great partner.
Yeah.
I really don't care what your values are or what reasoning is for picking a husband, but I'm sure you know what choosing someone merely for money will get you nowhere. Actually, it would just build animosity over time. I really don't have to tell you. You're a grown woman. If you want to make this kind of relationship last, you better learn to keep your mouth shut about certain things. I know it's hard to keep up this outward appearance, but if you want the marriage to last, if you don't maintain this facade, someday you'll regret it.
Oh my god, now I know you're super envious. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, I figured you'd say that. At least I tried. So, is that all you wanted? Anything else?
Huh? What do you mean?
Why'd you text me? Any specific reason other than that you're getting married? If that's all, I really have to get back to work. I'm meeting my husband for dinner tonight. I don't want to be late.
I'm not finished yet.
Seriously? What is it?
We're going to hold a wedding. I'll send you an invitation once it's all been scheduled, okay?
Do I really have to attend?
Of course! You're my sister, for God's sake. Why wouldn't I invite you? Anyway, I'll send it to you once it's a go, so see ya!
Hey, Elaine, can we talk for a second?
Hello, Amy. What's up? Something wrong?
I just arrived at the wedding hall. I'm standing here at the reception desk. That invitation you sent me. The girl at the reception desk said it's a different design and that my name is nowhere on the invitation list. What's going on? I took the day off to come here today. You better have a good reason for this.
Oh no, you actually came?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, well, you weren't that enthusiastic about coming to the wedding, so I sent you a fake invitation. But you're here, so does that mean in reality you wanted to attend? Is that it? Yeah, well, I don't blame you for wanting to come, but I thought you'd just toss the invitation in the trash, so... My fiancé's friends are all real successful people, rich, prestigious families. Bet you wanted to mingle with them, LOL. But it wouldn't really look great if my sister is seen trying to snare some eligible guy during the reception. Just wouldn't look good. So, sorry, but there's no place for you here.
Hello? Haven't you forgotten something? I'm married, for God's sake. Why would I be looking for an eligible guy? Leaving that aside for now, why would you even do such an awful thing to your sister on your own wedding day?
I just wanted to teach you a lesson, that's all. However, if you pay us $10,000 for the privilege of attending the wedding, well, I could prepare a seat for you, but there's no way you can come up with that much cash.
$10,000? Are you out of your mind? I'm not gonna pay that. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Go right ahead. Losers are unwelcome here. Good riddance. See you around. Maybe I'll see you at the homeless camp under the overpass one of these days. Amy, answer me! How could you? Why didn't you tell me? If I knew from the start, I would have invited you. No problem. So why? Come on, sis. Please, pick up. I'm sorry.
What do you want? Aren't you right in the middle of your wedding about now? What's up?
Don't act all innocent. You knew that this wedding was called off, and you said nothing. How could you?
Huh? Seriously? I was wondering if there was a possibility that this might happen, but I guess it happened.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? How could you hide such an important fact from me? You never told me you knew my fiancé. Dennis, why the hell do you even know him? But what's more, the company that Dennis is doing business with, the CEO of that company, you're this guy's wife? When the hell did this happen? That company is Dennis's top client. This is the first time hearing about this. And you said $10,000 was too much for you? Yeah, right. Like the wife of a company CEO and a major corporation at that. That's chump change for a guy like that. Why the hell are you this guy's wife anyway? It doesn't make sense. You're supposed to be poor for God's sake. You're super rich.
Oh, about that. Yeah, I have the money, but not for you.
Huh?
Anyway, there was really no reason for me to announce that I'm the wife of some CEO. What's the difference anyway? I don't know Dennis personally. I met him a few times at a couple receptions that I attended with my husband, but that's about it. I just happened to run into your fiancé as I was leaving. He recognized me right away. I was not sure who it was. I knew the name, but didn't put two and two together. That's when I found out that you had canceled my invitation due to me being sick or something, and I was taken off the invitation list.
Huh? Dennis? He came up and talked to you?
Yes, I was quarreling with the receptionist when he spotted me. He asked me what the problem was, and I simply explained the fact, that's all.
What? Are you for real? So you just blabbed about all of it? Is that it?
That's a strange way to put it. I didn't blab about anything. Besides, I can't lie to a major client. And we know each other through business. If I lie, it would eventually get out anyway. Actually, it would make things way more awkward.
Well, because of that, he annulled our engagement on the spot. You do realize that. My jackpot, my lease to a celeb life, gone in a second. What are you going to do about it? It's all your fault, Amy. I want you to take responsibility of this.
I did nothing wrong. I'm the victim here. I was the one who was scammed into attending the wedding, for which you canceled at the last minute. You knew what you were doing from the get-go.
It's your fault. No if or buts about it. I don't want to hear it. You never wanted me to be happy. You're so cruel. I want you to take full responsibility. I want your husband, divorce him, and have him marry me. He's way richer than the guy I was going to marry. This would be a way to get back at him. I'll show him. I'm willing to let all of this pass if you divorce your husband and you talk to him into marrying me.
Hold it a second. What exactly do I have to take responsibility for? I don't get it.
You blabbed about me. You have to take responsibility for ruining my wedding. You give me your husband and I sweep this all under the rug. It's a win-win for all.
That's the most irrational thing I have ever heard.
Huh? It's not irrational at all.
I must admit, you are pretty, but your brain certainly isn't working right. Maybe you should see a psychiatrist?
Are you insinuating that I'm deranged or something?
All responsibility lies with you, Elaine, and only you.
No, no way! It's all your fault!
Okay then, let me ask you this. Do you know why Dennis annulled the engagement? Do you even know?
Huh?
Well, that's because you... What did I do?
Huh? Well, you?
Yeah, I figured. What I really want to say is, figure it out for yourself, but it wouldn't seem right to cause additional discomfort to Dennis and his family, so I'll do my best I can to enlighten you. He was upset that you purposely invited me to the wedding, but then at the last minute revoked that invitation. You're snickering with satisfaction as I was leaving. The way you degrade someone who works despite being married as being poor. But what's more, it was your attitude toward him. Your only concern was with his money and his status in life. That's the only thing you saw in him. He finally saw through that. He couldn't go live the rest of his life with someone so despicable, so lacking in moral values.
Huh? Everyone knows that being rich is way better than being poor.
See? That's what I mean.
Huh? I can't understand you, sis. Always the straight arrow. This is the real world.
Dennis is a good person. He finally saw your true intentions. He was completely turned off by you. It's like you pulled off your mask and revealed your true self. He couldn't bear to even being in your presence after that. I really don't blame him. That's why I haven't seen or cared to the last 5 years. Actually, I thought I would never see you again.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and Dennis can just shove it. I can find a way better guy.
Well, maybe someday you'll come to your senses. Just think all about what I told you and reflect on it. I suggest you hold off on marrying until you truly come to grips with your perspective on life. If you don't, you won't get very far.
Don't lecture me about life. Elaine, are you there? This is an emergency. I need $100,000 right now. Please have it ready for me ASAP.
Huh? $100,000? Are you crazy?
I need it within the week. Get it ready for me, you got it?
Like I said, are you crazy? How can I get that kind of money ready?
Come on, Emmy, you're the wife of a CEO. $100,000 is nothing for a guy like that. He's probably worth millions. If you don't do as I say, I'm gonna spread rumors about you, that you're a cheapskate.
What's the money for anyway?
I got a call demanding that I pay for the whole wedding that was cancelled. They said it was my fault that this happened and that I would have to cover the entire cost. I can't pay such a fortune. And I was also seeing this other guy, and I guess they found out about him.
Another guy? Seriously?
So I have to pay the cost for the wedding and for cheating on him.
Man, I thought what you did to me was bad enough, but wow.
I couldn't help myself. They were so cool and handsome.
Huh?
I would have married one of those guys, but they were, had no money.
Wait a sec. Did you just say they? You were fooling around with more than one guy?
It was 3 guys. What can I say?
3, huh? Hard to believe you were actually going to get married. Dennis was lucky he got out in time.
But I couldn't very well just dump them all just because I was getting married.
No wonder I left home at such a young age. The best decision of my life. Mom and Dad spoiled you rotten but left me on my own. I promised myself I would never be like them. And when I got old enough, I left home. I moved in with my aunt. You remember Aunt Jenny. She treated me like her own daughter, and I will be grateful to her forever. I went to school from her place and moved out after graduating from college. Like I said, it was the best decision of my life. I don't want to even think what would have happened if I stayed.
Sis, about that 100,000?
You're going to have to work that out yourself. I have no intention of giving you a dime.
I can't do this on my own.
Well, there is nothing I can or will do. Sorry.
How can you be so cruel, sis?
Get your act together, for God's sake. You're already 26 years old, for crying out loud. It's your responsibility. Face up to what you did. No more running away, Elaine.
I can't, please. Help me out.
See you, Amy. Nice knowing you. My parents were trying to ignore this whole thing, but as a matter of fact, they decided to move out soon after leaving Amy holding the bag. But I heard they ran into some kind of trouble after moving into their new home and ended up getting sued. As a result, they got divorced, and I hear they're both working to pay off the debt they've accumulated. As for my little sister Amy, she finally realized she could not rely on others anymore and started working as a hostess at a bar downtown. With her good looks and sweet talking ways, she was a natural. And she thought it was the easiest way to make money quickly. But things didn't go well with the other girls. Some kind of trouble with a guest, I can only imagine, and she was eventually forced out. So now she's working various part-time jobs to make ends meet. Maybe she'll wise up one of these days and make something of her life, or maybe she'll finally find the right guy.